All right, Raz. Something that you know Bubba's going to like.
Angry White Guy Radio.
His point of view is different.
The first 52. Angry White Guy Radio. I love the content. Hey, it's the first 52. Raz with you.
The first part of the Constitution.
This is the best you got.
Something that you know Bubba's going to like.
Angry White Guy Radio.
Join me, Sean Raz, Tuesday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. RazRadioLive.com, RadioFreeBlood.com. It's time for a TF52 flashback. Given the CIA, sorry about the mouth breathing there, guys. Given the CIA annex was designated a high-threat posting by the agency and described to Fox News as having an exponentiary feeling.
Say that again. Exponentiary. Wait, I can't even say it.
Expeditionary feeling. There was not a lot of classified material to dispose of. Classified communication equipment was also near minimal. Within 2.5 hours of the decision by the CIA chief of base, the agency's point person in Benghazi, the annex was cleared of the classified material and equipment. Both CIA Director David Petraeus and Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, who oversees the nation's 16 intelligence agencies, were notified of the decision, which was made on the ground in Libya and not directed by Washington. Fox News has previously reported.
All right. Pause.
All
right. Do you see a CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, is actually performing military actions without the guidance of the chief of the military?
Right.
What does that tell you?
Well, the CIA shouldn't be operating, period. That's a whole other discussion.
No time to hate. No time to hate. Oh yeah.
Have you ever called into your favorite talk radio program only to encounter this and felt like this? That never happens when you dial 941-421-0401. At RazRadioLive.com, we answer right away. And pow, you're live on the air talking to one of your favorite hosts. No screeners, no delays. Try it now. 941-421-0401 and avoid 941-421-0401. If you're a new listener or a seasoned veteran, don't be scared. 941-421-0401. We welcome all. We know how it feels to be ignored. RazRadioLive.com.
We all live in different realities. There's no doubt about that. They're trying to form a one unified reality. But as we start to look towards what we're trying to actually get to, and that is liberty, freedom, justice for all, which is a global cry. We are now knowing from all the internet realms that this is a global cry. It doesn't matter if you're in the Netherlands, in Africa, in Peru, or wherever. We're all saying the same thing. All over the globe. All over the globe.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namo, Om Namo, Namo, Namo.
And so you can't reject anything that comes your way. The universe is trying to speak to you and give you what you need, but you're rejecting it because you think you know what you deserve and what you need, which has all been conditioned and programmed by our culture creators, such as Walt Disney, Monsanto, and everyone else. So the answer to our problem is actually invisible, and it is called synchronicity, but it's an answer that no one can show you. No one can show you. And so now we're asking humanity to have faith in humanity when the Dark Brotherhood is making it so impossible to do so. Because we think all of this is our fault. Because we think all of this is our fault. Because we think all of this is our fault. So we need to find that faith in humanity, because listen to all these people that have come out here, every single one of them, a loving, caring, nurturing being that just wants to uplift humanity. Well, that's the majority. Well, that's the majority. Well, that's the majority. The television's telling you the total opposite. Fear those people in a van. Fear, don't go outside. You don't want to be meeting around with people. And that's exactly what you should be doing. And that's exactly what you should be doing. And that's exactly what you should be doing. And the synchronicities will start to unfold, and then you'll actually believe in miracles. Anything that comes your way, go with it and do it to your fullest. That's my message to the world, because it'll guide you to your soul's purpose. And if you let your light shine, to your fullest when something comes your way, then it'll magnify and become even more than you ever anticipated. And the best thing is that everything's better than you could have ever dreamed it. Everything's better than you could have ever dreamed it. Everything's better than you could have ever. And I know that's a hard message to sell when the BP oil spill, with the volcanoes, with the corruption, with everything that's going down, the police state, all of it. It's hard to tell people to regain their faith in humanity, to forgive the anger that you have for these people that have trespassed on you, and to just start seeking the new existence. But we have to. That's what we have to do. We're the voice now. We're the voice now. We're the voice now.
Being a cat can be damn tedious. People dangling bells and bits of string in your face all the time. Just be a dog. Run around, catch frisbees, pee on a fire hydrant. Life's more rewarding, and you get access to lots of treats. Catch Salty Talk Mondays and Wednesdays, and every Friday for Salty's Weekend Warm-Up, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Add a little salt to your life and be more dog.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Not just the truth. That's what we try to do here on the First 52. Welcome to the First 52, RazRadioLive.com, Radio Free Blood, Radio Chaos, Radio Confluence, the Dion Disruption Network, Salty Talk Radio, YouTube, Ustream, Periscope. Did I get everywhere, honey?
I have no idea.
I think I got everywhere.
Put them all on the board.
We keep saying that.
I got for you.
We keep saying we're going to do that, and we don't ever do it.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Well, yeah, maybe. but that's a whole different story. We can't get into that story. Nobody wants to hear that story tonight. Anyway, welcome to Tuesday night. It is, what is it? It's 10:17. It just keeps going and going and going. This gets faster and faster and faster. I don't know where we're at. I don't know what time of the year it is. It's a little confusing. That's all I got to say. We won't have Fort Toad tonight. He is still traveling. If he decides he can join us, I'm sure he'll dial in. I'm sure he'll let us know. He'll give you the notification that he's ready to go. But we'll wait and see. Otherwise, I got my beautiful wife, Lexi, sitting to my left. Yeah,
Howdy.
That's usually when you say something, honey. Just for the record. No, it's been a week. I know you're tired. It's been a long week for you at work.
It's Tuesday.
I know.
I love saying that.
It's already been a long week. Well, let's see. We got Bob Tuscan joining us in a little bit. He's going to dial us up and give us his opinion of, I don't know, whatever he's thinking. That's kind of why I asked him to join us. Well, later on in the show, we're going to do a little something different. As you know, we're on the D, that's from Disruption Networks. That's freezing up over there. That's always great. Love when computers start freezing in the beginning of the show. As you know, we're also on the D, Disruption Networks. We've got some great shows over there that run, every day. Matt Mazur's there live every single day. You got EC Radio with Z every single day. Tuesdays is Super Tuesday. So tonight after us is Ease, Beats, and Biz. I've got it right, and you'll see, because we got them joining us. About 7:30 tonight, they're going to join us. We'll kind of talk about what they like to talk about. Maybe see where they stand on the conspiracy world. Everybody looks at me as the conspiracy guy, but, sometimes I just want to know what's going on.
Are those the two words they use?
What, conspiracy and...
Guy?
Guy? Yeah, well, yeah.
There's no crazy or anything
Oh,
like
I mean,
that.
every once in a while, I'm sure they say crazy, but...
Tinfoil hat.
I live with you, and you're used to that, I'm sure, by now. Yeah, so that's what we got going on tonight. We're going to just kind of have some fun, kind of have discussion, and see where things go and where it leads us. We don't have much laid in stone. I know Lexi's got some things that she wanted to bring up. Obviously, I've got a slew of topics I want to discuss without even questioning it. I could probably go on for hours with what I've got posted. I think since Halloween's knocking on our door, it's not very far away. Maybe we'll talk about Halloween costumes. What do you think, honey?
Oh, okay. I have no Halloween costumes in mind, but we were invited to a costume party where they encourage the adults to dress for the occasion.
Well, did they give us a memorandum of how we should dress?
No.
No memorandums?
No, but there's going to be kids there, so obviously...
So my priest with the penis isn't going to work.
No, and that's been done to death.
I
you
know.
know that.
I know. And probably a bunch of kids with a priest with a penis isn't a good idea.
Probably anything that first comes to your mind would not be appropriate.
More than likely. All right, well, ahead of Halloween, universities nationwide are telling students what not to wear. Have you seen any of these stories yet?
No. About Halloween costumes?
Colleges are telling their university students.
Colleges?
Colleges, yeah. We're not talking about high schools or elementary schools. We're actually talking about colleges.
Long gone are the days of Animal House.
Oh, God. Revenge of the Nerds. We just watched that the other night, too. Even.
Toga.
Nerds! So throughout October, universities across the nation are warning their students against Halloween costumes some consider offensive. Gone are the days when college students would dress up without fear of being reported to a bias response team. In recent years, more and more campus leaders have made it their mission to warn students what not to wear.
I guess, don't wear a turban or dress up as, a dead Hillary or stuff like that.
Well, you're close. You're definitely close. Flyers, memos, workshops, and more impart the emotions.
So you have to be PC with your Halloween costumes now?
Well, unacceptable costumes listed on a University of St. Thomas diversity flyer are wearing Native American headdress, dressing up as a Mexican, by wearing a sombrero, dressing as a geisha, any form of blackface. Culture appropriate.
Any form of blackface. Well,
that one I can get.
Come on.
Not that blackface it can't be funny here and there, but
so you're all for cultural appropriation when it comes to blackface, but you don't care if somebody wears an Indian headdress?
no, I can understand the offensiveness of blackface, but fucking, you want to wear blackface, go for it, my friend. Have at it.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
If you get your ass beat,
That's on you.
that is on you.
That's
That
totally
was
on you.
dumb.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Cultural appropriation is defined as the act of taking intellectual and cultural expression from a culture that is not yours, your own, without showing that you understand or respect the culture, explained a University of St. Thomas diversity memo to students.
I have so many questions already.
Well, I really don't have any answers because I didn't develop any of this bullshit. But we can try to answer your questions.
And you know how
if you'd like
smart-ass college students are going to be about this crap, too.
What? Already, son? We just started the
No,
show.
Go get a cup from the cabinet.
Figure it out. You are 9.
Bye. Okay.
See, this is what children do. They interrupt.
Close the door, please.
Out. Goodbye. This is what they do. They interrupt. They're disrespectful.
He's become extremely comfortable with this here lately.
I'm going to put a padlock on that door.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a padlock and a bomb shelter on that door.
A padlock? I don't know.
Well, maybe. Anyway. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Cultural appropriate is defined. Did I read that? Yeah, I read that. This can be as simple as wearing a dashki without knowledge or respect to the West African culture, and as serious as wearing a fake Native American headdress without any regards of its sacredness, adds the memo. It generally incorporates a history of prejudice and discrimination by perpetuating long-standing stereotypes.
Okay.
Okay. At UC Santa Barbara, a social justice workshop set for Tuesday will devolve into how Halloween costumes abuse indigenous wear and teach students how to spot appropriations with the help of bell hooks, essay eating the other. What? Did that make any sense?
Not the way you read it, no.
I'm reading it with the punctuation. At UC Santa Barbara, a social justice workshop set for Tuesday will devolve into how Halloween costumes abuse indigenous wear indigenous wear and teach students how to spot appropriation with the help of bell hooks. Essay eating the other. That's what it says. I'm reading it word for word.
Okay.
All right. That's reading it. We want to here. Look.
Right here. Essentially.
Right here. Read that. Right there.
Essentially,
Set up
Sean,
a little bit here and read
what
this.
they're getting at, because you're like hyper focusing on something that's really insignificant.
Right here. Read that.
Is that
this guy's right here.
Halloween costumes abuse indigenous wear and teach students how to spot appropriation with the help of bell hooks essay Eating the Other. The essay is called Eating the Other.
Oh, so that's the guy's essay.
Yes.
Okay, well, I was very confused on that one.
Clearly.
I had to spin the monitor around so Lexi could see it and everything.
The point is they're trying to help people now how to spot ways to be offended by other people's actions. That's what they're getting at.
At a circle conversation, or at a
what is the penalty if, say, they were to wear something that was
well, they don't get really in the penalty. They just say don't do this.
So it's just a light suggestion?
It's a light suggestion. I'm sure if you're part of a fraternity or an organization like that, you
so
could
it's
probably...
like a warning label on stupid things.
I think it's sad that we're giving these warnings or guides out to begin with, first of all. And as you read into what they're talking about, it gets crazy, because the next story we have here, let me find it here. We'll get to that later. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The 5 most triggering Halloween costumes of 2017. I think you commented on this one. This was the one with the wall.
Oh, the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just saw that picture on Twitter.
And what did you think of
I
immediately?
thought of Pink Floyd.
Okay.
It didn't occur to me to think of Trump until after.
Until after you read the article.
No, until after I stopped for a second. But I was like, wait, what? And then, yeah, I realized what that was about. But who cares?
All right, so let's talk about the most 5 triggering Halloween costumes. And I'm really surprised by a bunch of these. And this goes into that other story. And that's kind of why I brought this up. It goes into the pussification of America in general. I mean, we have become
whiny bitches.
Sad group of retarded, stupid people. I mean, we are idiocracy. We're that far from
well, when we're telling adults how to dress up for Halloween, that's kind of sad.
Number 5
you can't self-edit, then you don't get to be an adult anymore.
Number 5 on the politically incorrect Halloween costumes for this year, a hobo costume. A hobo costume.
Dressing like a hobo?
That would be number 5 on the most politically incorrect. It's insensitive and misdiagnostic. You would not make fun of a homeless person on the street. Most people I know would make fun of a homeless person on the street, unfortunately, but they would. Or
most
help
people
them.
that dress like hobos, though, associate it more with like hobo clowns.
Well,
like you usually see somebody that
with
wanted to dress like a
with the stick and
with like the little bag and like the
yeah.
little makeup on their face and crap like that. And I don't associate that with like a homeless person. That's more of a throwback retro. And a lot of people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what costume a chick is in. They're gonna make it look slutty and stupid anyway. So it at the end of the day, nobody's thinking of a homeless person when they see somebody dressing up like a hobo.
Number 4 most
proceed.
misguided or triggering costume is the men's Arab sheikh costume. Chic costume, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it looks like a Saudi Arabian, basically, with a sword. Which,
right,
Saudi Arabians
like
the heads of most people.
And like the head cover and a big sword.
Right, exactly. That's number 4 on the most triggering Halloween costumes.
Okay.
But we don't get triggered by the fact that...
Again, though, probably not a super duper great idea. Just knowing how ignorant people are anyway. Showing up to a party like that or having to go out on the town, you're an idiot. Dressing like that.
But we're not triggered by the 15 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11 being Saudi Arabians, and we just had the largest arms deal ever with them like 2 months ago. That's not triggering, but wearing a chic costume is triggering.
Well, it's you. It's not the government.
Well, this is something we should think of.
Okay.
This is stuff we should think of.
All right.
Native princess costume. Number 3, native princess costume. Hello. I think we all know better than to culturally appropriate the
It's so funny.
What is that word?
Indigenous.
Indigenous culture. So don't dress up as an Indian.
Pocahontas, basically.
Basically, yeah.
You don't get to do that.
You can't dress up as an Indian anymore.
That's almost kind of part of our... Well,
our
not
history?
Almost. It is part of our history. Like people, people in Virginia are dressing up like Pocahontas on Halloween all day long. Come on.
I mean, Bubba does a Pocahontas for Thanksgiving.
I don't necessarily think that that's insensitive. I think that's celebrating your history in a way.
Maybe we should recognize that Christopher Columbus and the Americans that have come here destroyed that population, just like we've gone to Afghanistan and Iraq and tried to destroy that population.
Yeah, I mean, what few are left
Genocide.
of them? They're just being mowed over.
We want to talk about Adolf Hitler and his genocide, but we don't want to talk about the genocide of the Native American culture in this country that happened
over the
starting
past
at 1400.
200 plus years.
200 plus years.
At least.
A lot more than 200. That started in the 1460s. We started killing Native
going
Americans.
way back.
Exactly. It's been a long time. We've been killing them. Oh, wait. Honey, am I not mistaken to remember that you were like... 35% Wichita or whatever the fuck it is.
Cherokee.
You just learned this recently that you're.
I don't know that I'm 35%, but
You're good enough to make money. We got to cash in on that.
Oh my
shit
God,
already.
Sean, that stuff is so bogus. Please.
It's not bogus.
It is bogus.
Stop.
It's bogus. It is so bogus.
You DNA test to the right level. You got money coming, honey.
whatever. So I have a great great grandmother that was full blood Cherokee that married.
Oh, was that insensitive? I'm sorry.
That married like a German dude. So I mean, it's like a bad mix.
One genocide group genociding another group. Let's get married.
That's terrible.
I know. That's what we do here.
Okay.
Terribleness. Number 2 on the culturally unaccepted Halloween costume is the inflatable fat ballerina.
Why? It's funny.
Exactly. It's funny. Stop being offended. If you're fat and you're offended by that, here's an idea. Lose some fucking weight.
You know what would be fun is to rent those like sumo wrestler costumes, and like no matter where we go, we can just have a sumo wrestling match. Just everywhere.
We can do that if you want to.
Stop. But it would be so fun, wouldn't it? Anyway.
It would be exciting.
I don't get that one at all. Why is that culturally
Because you're
inappropriate?
body shaming. You're body shaming people, and you cannot body shame. No more body shaming is allowed.
Dressing up in an inflatable fat ballerina suit is body shaming?
Yes, because you're body shaming the fat ballerinas out there.
What fat ballerinas?
The ones that are fat, that are ballerinaing.
Wow, that makes no sense, but okay.
It makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. There are fat ballerinas out there. What are you going to do about the fat ball? They should lose weight.
I want to.
You're body shaming them into losing weight.
That's so funny.
And of course, the number one most offensive.
Is she wearing like a tutu? Do you have pictures?
I have this
like
picture.
A big floofy tutu.
Let's see if I can show this picture over to you here.
I'm just picturing it in my head, and it's fun.
Copy link address here. I'll share it over here. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it. We got to get all this. I got to get some cables. I need more cables. That's the problem. I want to separate everything. Everything will be separated.
What was the top one?
The top one. We're getting there. We haven't got there. I was showing you the other picture. I was waiting for this to load so I can show you the picture.
Is it going to be worth the wait? I don't know.
More than likely not.
Yeah,
but,
you
got to see the inflatable fat
ballerina. I don't
ballerina.
want to hold it up.
Well, I'm here now. Hold on, let's see if it works. Paste and go. We'll show you the fat inflatable ballerina. It's coming.
Crickets.
Oh, here we go. It's coming. I love when it works. There it is. That's the fat inflatable ballerina, honey.
Oh, I like it.
I can probably share that. If you guys are watching on
I am amazed
any of the
that
places
even
we
ranks
watch
anywhere like near a top 20.
This is what we're talking
situation.
about.
Come on.
That's in the top 20.
All right. Anyways, we'll move along.
Yeah, we'll definitely move along. We get off of there.
It's in the top 5. That's kind of
I
ridiculous.
had to share it with our friends there so they could see what we were talking about. So, number 1 in the most offensive, triggering costumes, which they're all ridiculous at this point in time. Hitler hasn't even come up. How did Hitler not come up in this category?
Because that was a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, but the Nazis are here.
Okay. Is dressing up like a Nazi going to rank in the top 5?
No, it's not. Number 1 in the top 5.
How about like a member of Antifa?
Antifuck? Yeah, if you dress up like Antifuck, I might put a bullet in your head. But that's a whole other story in itself. This one is triggering extreme liberal meltdowns on Twitter, even though the costume may just be referencing Pink Floyd. Really? A party at Party City, a Build the Wall costume? So this is a costume that literally looks like the Pink Floyd Wall album cover.
It does.
It's even written in the same...
That's exactly what I thought of when I saw it.
It's written the same
I wonder if
character.
they repurposed it. Maybe it's like old Pink Floyd costumes.
Or maybe these douchebags, fucking snowflake millennial pussies that can't handle a joke don't get the fact that it has nothing to do with it, and they just want to be angry because they need a reason for their pussies to be all bunched up in a
It's not
ball.
even that great of a joke, though. I mean, 2 seconds later, it's kind of like, oh, yep, the wall, haha. That's it. That's all I'm getting on that one.
I know. I agree with you, honey. I don't disagree
Whatever.
with you. I think our society has fallen down the hole of stupidity, the absolute hole of stupidity. We've become a
Well, everybody's just so... Not everybody.
Pussy.
I don't want to say everybody, and I don't want to say... I don't like to just generalize things and say millennials like they're ruining our country or
no,
something.
because there are some good millennials out there. I will be honest.
There definitely are.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the point, I think, where we're outnumbered by...
Stupidity. We're outnumbered by stupidity.
A population of people that are just highly offended for seemingly no reason. I mean, I don't know what happened to the idea or concept of understanding that someone has a differing opinion and moving on with your life. That doesn't seem to occur anymore. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I mean...
There used to be a point in time where it's like, I don't agree with
honest.
that, and then you went about your day.
Let's be honest. You get offended every once in a while by me. I offend you every once in a while. Is that not true?
There's certain words that I don't like you to say loudly.
Forget that. The N-word. We're not talking about that. I get that. I understand
Not that
that.
I'm offended. I just think it's inappropriate.
I offend
and you're
you
my
and-
husband, and it makes me not feel proud.
I'm not talking about
So
racist
I just
words.
point that out to you. That's
I'm not talking about racist words, though. I'm talking about just in general. There's times I offend you. I am a brash.
You have a tendency to be insensitive. I get over it, but when you say things that are extremely off, really effed up in my mind, or, just generally inappropriate in public especially, to the point where I feel embarrassed, do you think I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to be shunned for being, uptight or offended? I mean, people are allowed to be offended,
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
It just doesn't need to be over every little stupid thing.
I agree with that, too. And I will admit that there's times that I offend you, and I probably need to be put in my place. That's not
I'm not going to sit there and not say anything.
that far-fetched that would happen.
You're still allowed to have an opinion, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, by far. What, are you kidding me? Bob Tuscan should be joining us soon. After that, later on in the show, we got Z from EC Radio and Chicken and Ease Beats and Biz, and God knows what cast of characters they're going to bring on board with us. I look forward to that. It's going to be a good time. Let's take a quick break.
Wait.
Yes.
Before we move on from school-related
we're not done with
triggering
school.
moments.
No, we're not done with that school-related trigger. I know where you're going.
I want to talk about it.
Yeah, we
So-
will next. We'll get into that. We can bring Bob into that one if he's with us. Because
that's a good idea.
He will, because he
Even
doesn't
though
like the.
they're going to homeschool, I think.
Well, they are homeschooling, but he doesn't believe in capital punishment for your child, and I do. This is something him and I disagree on. I spank, he doesn't. That's okay.
Not really.
Well, I don't. I mean, yes, I spank. I definitely spank.
No.
I mean, let's be honest. I spank.
Okay.
I don't spank horribly, but it's not like I'm,
Okay.
beating him with a 2x4. But there are times that he needs to have his ass hurt a little bit. My ass had to hurt a little bit. I got the wooden spoon when I was a kid. I can't tell you how many spoons my mom broke on my ass.
He's maybe had a couple swats on the butt. He's never been, outright.
Oh, he said, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I wouldn't do that, first of all. I mean, let's
That's
be
been a
honest.
while, too.
He got a spanking the other day.
Were you guys roughhouse?
It happens every once in a while, you never know what's going to happen, where it's going to happen. You guys will listen to First 52, RazRadioLive.com, Radio Free Blood, Radio Chaos, Radio Confluence, The D by Disruption Network, some other places, Salty Talk Radio. We're all there. Sit tight. We'll be back with you. We got more to talk about. I love you guys. It's going to be fun. Just deal with it.
Words up. Stay tuned. The First 52 will be right back.
Here come the butchers to cut you into profit.
Well, Sean Raz from Raz Radio.
Yeah, he's from Raz Radio. Raz is our guy. I mean, you're Sean, Mother effing Raz.
Here come the butchers to cut you into profit.
I want the Raz. I want the Raz right now. Where is Mother effing Raz?
Join me, Sean Raz, for the First 52, Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m., RazRadioLive.com. The simple power of truth.
those people,
Conspiracy theorists.
they've been crazy, but now they're right.
Can I get with 2.3 trillion? When does a citizen become a civilian? When did the heroes morph into the villains? How can 2 planes powderize 3 buildings? These are questions that could get you murked, politically, socially, physically put into the dirt. Many swear that there's some kind of conflict of interest within. The conflict depends upon what you're interested in. You can chant 9/11 was an inside job all day until you say the Mossad and pay closer attention to Flight 175 and the odd cylindrical pod beneath the fuselage. Then it's 2+2 level addition after you factor in the flight termination systems and flashback to the cash the good rabbi stole. September 10th style, right down the rabbit hole. Can I get with 2.3? You can get unlimited corporate news. Can I get with 2.3? You can have any mercenaries you choose. Can I get with 2.3? You can steal a couple million souls. Can I get with 2.3? You can get everything under control. The missile they hit the Pentagon with was not an act of randomness. It murdered accountants, bookkeepers, and budget analysts. That side of the building was retrofitted prior to this to withstand bomb blast and nicknamed the catcher's mitt. If that don't give you some kind of clue why they blew the mortar, you should probably take some medication for your new disorder. The buildings are burning, don't ever trust a news reporter with 267 stories of gruesome slaughter. Don't ever mention Dov Zakim and trillion stolen, much less missile-equipped Boeings even remote controlling. With System Planning Corporation International, the folks to see if you got some buildings you'd like to crash into. But that's impossible without the proper capital. That's why I'm asking you what you would do with unimaginable wealth. So much money you can't delve in it. Enough to buy 5 presidents and 12 senates. Can I get with 2.3? You can get unlimited corporate news. Can I get with 2.3? You can have any mercenaries you choose. Can I get with 2.3? You can steal a couple million souls. Can I get with 2.3? You can get everything under control.
You got a little internet or podcasting show or something?
Chocolate Drop.
Hold on, buddy.
What is the Chocolate Drop a show about?
Chocolate Drop?
Drop it on us. I kind of know.
I will not listen if you don't tell me what it's about.
It's about hip-hop. Rat turd show. Politics.
Man skewing.
Music.
Hold on, buddy. Sure. It's every other guy that's got a podcast around here, okay? And where can people find the Chocolate Show? It's man skewing, yes?
Rat turd show. RazRadioLive.com.
There you go. And when does it air?
Saturdays, 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
Okay, and where can people find the Chocolate Show?
RazRadioLive.com.
There you go. I wish you the best, the Chocolate Drop. So basically, it's about every other person that's not in real radio that's trying to get in radio and do a show.
Rat turd show.
Knock yourself out, kid.
Rat turd show. RazRadioLive.com.
There you go.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass. 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends.
I'm trying to learn to pick my battles when I date girls. I usually argue with women all the time, man. I'm stupid like that. You know? Like, I dated this girl one time. She was, like, really into, like, women's issues. So we used to always have these dumbass arguments. So one time she came up to me and she goes, okay, explain this to me, Bill. Why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job, huh? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some fucked up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. That's why I get the $1 more an hour. No, think about it. If there's a house fire, it's always women and children first. I got to stand there with, like, the back of my shirt on fire going, let's go, people, let's go, let's go. So that's how I look at it. No, it's $1 an hour surcharge. That if something fucked up happens, either I can't leave or I gotta, like, get in the way of it to give you a head start, like, rabid dog, run, honey, 1 Mississippi, Sippy. You hear a bump in the night, I gotta go check it out, like, yes, he does have a knife. Anytime there's a hostage situation, who do they negotiate for first? Well, at least let the women and children go. Well, what about me? Bullets hurt me, too. Why the fuck do I gotta stay in the vault? No, that's my point, man. Where are all the feminists in those situations? You know what I mean? You can't find them. There are no feminists in a house fire. That's a guarantee. You can take the most hardcore feminist, some chick right in your face, like, he's chauvinistic son of a bitch, little short, little haircut, the whole 9 yards, right? Second those flames break out, she's going to twist those little hairs into pigtails. No, I'm just a girl. I want to go play jump rope. And leave you standing in a burning house like you're not flammable. You know, but I'm not a dick, though. I'm not saying I think a woman should make $1 less an hour to do the same job. All I'm saying is if you're going to make what I make when the boat sinks, you better be standing right next to me, listen to that guy play the cello. Then you get the corner office. You get all the benefits or whatever.
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'm never getting. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
No, it hasn't.
I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs.
All right, guys, welcome back to the First 52, RazRadioLive.com, Radio Free Blood, Radio Chaos, Radio Confluence, Salty Talk Radio. Oh, I'm trying to remember the other ones. You got to write them down for me, honey. You really have to. You what? You hate that? I love this song. It's my favorite song.
Ew, don't say it's your favorite song.
It's a good song I like. I like this song. Really? You don't like this song at all? No? Not at all. You never did a lot of coke, though, so I can understand that. You never were in that kind of...
It has anything to do with that.
It does have a lot to do with that, honestly. It really, really does. I don't know what's going on, Bob. Bob, if you can hear me on the radio right now, I'm trying to connect you from...
He says ready.
I'm trying to connect you from all different connections. I don't know where you are, Bob. I want to have you, Bob. We have to talk. It's been a long time. I miss my Bob. I need a little bit of Bob. I'm trying to call you, my friend. It's not coming through. I don't know what to do.
I wanna be great like
Elvis. You don't have to blast that, though.
Anyway, we'll move on. There's a lot of stuff I got to talk about. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got it all under control. There's so many different things. I just... Honey, the Vegas shooting. Let's talk about the Vegas shooting for a moment.
Okay.
You know, we watch these events happen. We watch these events unfold. You watch me be crazy. This one here actually is so much on the line of proving the craziness that I discuss on a regular basis. And that's what bothers me. Like this one here. Let me bring the listeners up to where we're at here. There we go. This one here, it kind of feels like a lot of people are questioning it. I mean, it doesn't even kind of feel like it. A lot of people are questioning this one. Even Matt Major, you know, if you want to hear Matt.
I get it. You're excited because people are finally questioning the whole mainstream
the validity
narrative.
of the story.
Right. And doubting, you know, whatever's being force-fed to them, finally. You know, it's a turning point for sure. But, you know, at the end of the day, you still have the attention span of a gnat that we're dealing with most Americans. And it probably, unfortunately, isn't going to get anybody anywhere.
You will hear me talk this week on...
You can go way back. I'm still freaking bummed about this. All these records that were supposed to be released about the whole JFK assassination are now mysteriously misplaced.
Yeah.
Come on! And you think we're going to get the actual story of what took place here? No. No. And it's going to turn into a whole new... It's going to turn into a whole new conspiracy. And that's all it will ever amount to.
Don't you find that disturbing, though, honey? Don't you find that disturbing? Listen, the number one witness, The number one witness that has had their story changed, adjusted, moved around, done something different with. This Jesus Campo, Jesus Campo, whatever the hell you want to call him. All right. His main narrative is what describes what happened that day. His main narrative is what talks about how the shooting stopped. And then all of a sudden we get this new narrative where, all right, well, he was shot. First they told us he was shot 10 minutes into the shooting, approximately. Then they tell us he shot 6 minutes before the shooting starts. Then they tell us he shot within 45 seconds of the beginning of the shooting. And then Campo disappears. He had major news outlet interviews. We're talking about Fox News interviews, CNN interviews, major interviews last Thursday to talk about his experience on that day. And then he disappears. There's reports of him going to see what's the care unit you go to when you don't have insurance, but you're you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. He had to go to like some sort of trauma clinic or something?
No, where do we go for the doctor with Mikey? It's like what do they call them?
Oh, like they're just like
You're about to say it. Say it. Come on.
Ugh, I can't spit it out now.
Get it out, honey. Get it out.
No, it's like you just pay cash, go to a clinic. You guys know what we're saying.
Yeah.
God damn.
Urgent care.
Urgent care.
He went to an urgent care clinic. That's what it's called. I knew it would come out eventually.
Don't smoke the weed, kids.
That was hard to get out. Don't smoke the weed, don't drink the alcohol. None of that's good for you, my friend. Although, if you want to have fun, it's still a lot of fun. But that's a whole other story. So, anyway. So he he allegedly went to urgent care. He disappeared before his interviews.
Right. Well, they did the whole probably got a little lobotomy while he was in there. Huh?
Urgent care. Yeah, Bob, you're listening. Why can't I connect with you, Bob? Bob's messaging me on Facebook. Yeah, urgent care. I understand that. I don't care about you answering me there. Why can't I connect with you on Facebook? I've been trying to dial you up, my friend.
Skype.
God damn. Oh, I heard... Oh, Skype. Yeah, I meant Skype. I heard that there's a Skype outage feasibly tonight. So maybe I should put Facebook on one of the computers that has the ability to have that audio, and we can just audio call them. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe I'm just being stupid. I'm going to try video calling, or try this call to him once more, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But don't you find that kind of weird that the number one witness, the witness that could have stopped the attack, the witness that allegedly stopped the attack, all of a sudden disappears?
Do I find it weird? No.
Well, you live with me, so
I find it quite plausible. Yeah. I would have expected that once he was sitting on information like that he would have amscrayed, because he's
Do you remember what happened to the police officer from Oklahoma City in 1993?
I remember exactly what happened.
Do you remember the Oklahoma City cop that committed suicide by putting 2 bullets in the back of his head and asphyxiating himself right after he called his buddy and said, hey, I've got some really important files here that I need people to see. I need people to witness. I'm going to go put them in security. I want you to know where they are. But then he dies mysteriously with 2 bullets in the back of the head.
He died from gunshot wounds. It wasn't mysterious at all. Obviously, it would be very difficult to put 2 bullets in the back of your head, so he had to be super talented.
Obviously. It's very difficult to do that. And unfortunately, I'm waiting to see Campo with 2 bullets in the back of his head.
You're waiting
in a suicidal attempt.
Come
in
on.
a suicide attempt.
Don't wish for stuff like that.
Bob, I am
Sicko.
bringing my Facebook up on another computer, so maybe I can dial you up. I didn't realize that it was causing that much of a problem tonight. I mean, I know people told me that Skype was down, per se. Listen, let's do an experiment. If you're listening to me right now, 941-421-0401, give me that call. I want to see if Skype's working or not. That's the Skype phone number. So
It'd be
please.
super embarrassing if nobody tries to call you.
Well, hopefully Bob or somebody that's supposed to be on the show tonight might call me.
What if people are apprehensive? What if they don't want to be on it?
Bob is by
They
far
could-
not apprehensive
They
to
could
call
try
me.
to call you.
And he's obviously
but then they'll get
listening.
nervous and hang up, and then you'll still think something's wrong. Remember that time, the first time I went to call Dangerous Conversations, and they pulled me up, and I was like, and I hung up on them.
Do you remember the time I was on with Dangerous Conversations and I was smoking something and I had taken the smoke detector down. It was right in front of me.
You took what down?
The smoke detector. I had taken it down off the ceiling. I had put it on the bookshelf, and I was in our bedroom, and I was calling Ledge that night. And I forgot the smoke detector was right in front of me. I kind of blew out all the smoke that I had inhaled prior to that. And he's like, what the hell was that?
Dork.
I am a dork. That's okay. All right, see?
Wow.
Where's that? Oh, that's coming. No. See, he's calling. Hold on, Bob.
He's calling you now.
Yeah, I know.
Hurry up.
Well, I can't answer on there.
Well, you know what?
I just got logged in over here. Bob, hang up. Stop. Hold on. I'm going to hang that up. Sorry, Bob. I love you to death, Bob. I swear to God. You're my best friend. I love you like you're a brother of mine.
Dave would be losing his shit right now, by the way.
Bob.
I feel like I should have a Dave breakdown moment. I hate technical issues. Did I ever tell you I fucking hate technical issues? So annoyed right now.
Yeah, well, obviously...
Sorry, I can't do Dave's voice. I tried.
I think Skype is completely fucked right now, honestly. Skype is not working properly. I was warned of this...
Not working properly. It's not working at all.
I was warned of this before the beginning of the show. I will be honest. I was told that...
You didn't do a test run?
Well, no, I was told that Skype
Smart.
wasn't working properly. So I just didn't even...
So we're going to focus on that right now?
No, I'm working... I'm trying to focus on dialing Bob up. If you would help me out here for a little
Well,
bit.
hurry up. Type in F-A...
I got...
C-E.
I'm here. He's calling me over here, but I got to get him over here. See, that's the thing you people
You're
don't understand.
taking forever because you're... Just hurry up already.
You people don't understand how this works.
Forever. You people.
You people don't understand
You
how
have to
dialing
call
people up
your
works.
wife, you people.
Yeah, you people. You people.
Okay,
you right
Grandma.
there. Wow, Jesus Christ. Why is it so difficult? I hate technology. I absolutely hate technology. Just want to say that.
I think everybody's full aware.
Bob, are you there?
This is Raz Radio. How can I help you?
We've got Bob. We've got Bob Tuscan. Tuscan's on the line. What's up, brother?
What's wrong with Skype?
Don't know.
I've been told that I guess nationwide Skype is down.
If somebody tells you that you should jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off a bridge? I mean, what do you care what you've been told?
No, I'm not going to jump off a bridge if somebody tells me to do that. But if somebody tries to call me on Skype and it doesn't work, and somebody else told me it was nationwide down, I'm going to believe them.
See, that's the problem, though. His little conspiracy mind is like, well, I'm not going to believe you because I don't believe things that are just told to me. So he didn't bother to test it, think about it, or anything until it came time to call you. And then he decides to go, oh, that's right.
It didn't work.
It's not working. Weird. I was just informed of this earlier.
I'm glad you're on top of your A game tonight, Sean.
Lord have mercy.
Dude, Bob, I'm always on my game. You know that. Come on now. It's just one of those nights I had a little bit more vodka than normal, and it just didn't work out well.
Mm-hmm.
Vodka. Oy vey. I think the last time I had vodka, I projectile vomited.
Ew. Well, probably don't do vodka anymore.
Yeah,
maybe.
No, I don't, that's the whole point of the story.
Jews and vodka don't go well together.
It's the Jewish
Wow.
thing. You're right. That's exactly what it is.
That's definitely not it.
Jews and vodkas are like kikes in concentration camps.
Jeez.
So how you been, brother?
I've been pretty good, man. So I was on Drew Garabo Live earlier.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
I missed you. I was
My
listening.
second favorite show next to the First 52.
Aw, you lie.
And,
You like it, though.
And Drew and I were discussing the Dick Sphincter thing.
Okay, what's that about?
You know who Dick Sphincter is, right?
No?
Richard Spencer.
Oh, okay.
I like to call him Dick Sphincter.
See how we like to confuse people, honey? The conspiracy guys confuse people. That's why everybody's mad at us. Because we just want to confuse people.
That's not it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
So, this is in my backyard. Have you guys talked about it at all today?
Dick is in your backyard. Tell Dick to get out of your backyard right now. You
That's
don't
the
want
only
Dick in
place
your
they can
backyard. Your son
Nobody else
plays
will
back
have
there.
Anyways, so Richard Spencer, the infamous white nationalist bigot who was kind of, I guess, the figurehead with the whole Charlottesville thing. He was the headliner, if you will. He'll be speaking at the University of Florida on Thursday.
Wait, I thought Cantwell was like one of the big guys, and we all have connection to Cantwell. I thought he was part of one of the big guys there.
No, I mean, he was one of the folks that was featured by Vice and others, but the true headliner, the true personality or celebrity was this guy, Richard Spencer.
Dick Sphincter.
Dick Sphincter, as I like to call him. And he is now coming down and has been trying to come down, and there was a bunch of back and forth between him and the University of Florida. First, the president of the University of Florida, Mr. Fox, told him that this is great, by the way. The president of the UF is, I don't know if you guys know this, it's Fox. This is his name.
It's look at some of these events that happen and the names.
Awesome.
Some of the names attached to these events are just.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, what? Oh,
ludicrous.
perfect.
I mean, Fox is a great example, but there's other ones too.
Fox didn't want Dick into the university. Or at the university.
That's awesome.
And so, as a result...
I don't give a fuck about your dicks, okay?
I don't give a fuck about you, Dick. You're not speaking at my university. So, the organizer behind Richard Spencer, a.k.a. Dick Sphincter, said, you can't do that. We have a right to speak at your university. So, Fuchs, I might as well pronounce it right now. I think it's Fuchs, or actually, now that I think about it, I don't know how to actually pronounce it because every time I see it, I think of.
I think Fox is the best, so let's go with Fox.
Yeah. All right, let's just stick with Fox.
All
right,
Anna
so
Fox. I like to call it Anna Fox, so we'll go with Fox.
Well, they're going to be a part of this whole spiel, but
who, Annie Fox?
Fox, the president of the university, says, well, all right, maybe you can speak here, but in order for you to speak here, your freedom of speech isn't free. And Dick Sphincter says to Fox, he says, what do you mean? And Fox says, well, if you were to come speak, we would have a lot of security costs associated with your appearance because it would create a lot of unrest, and, we can't have that. So we want you to pay for the security. And Dick says, all right. So I think they only ended up charging them something like $10,000, but the total security cost was something along the lines of $500,000, according to the city and the university.
That's absurd.
So now they have this huge bill set up for $500,000 worth of security for some asshole to give a lecture on a college campus. Okay? And yeah, there might be some unrest, there might be some protests, but in no stretch of the imagination is there $500,000 worth of to-do that warrants this insane budget. Well, Dick Schwenkter is going to be speaking this Thursday, and as of yesterday, now we have Governor Rick Scott involved with this, and he has declared...
Why are we talking about Skeletor? I mean, I can do without Skeletor, you know what I'm saying? Skeletor can suck my left nut.
Hold on one second, guys.
Bob's got some pimp ringtones going on here. That's some, like, pimp ringtone, brother. He put us on hold. I gotta go. That's probably a business call from Bob, honestly.
I'm wondering how
it was, but it wasn't worth taking. I don't know. The person doing it.
How did going over this story on air today go with Drew?
Oh, okay. So, all right, hold on. Let me get to the good stuff here. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's.
This is
Drew
far too long of a build-up.
Stop.
So, Skeletor and Fox decided that Dick was a huge threat, and that
we're going Drew's ass. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean that.
No. So Skeletor decided that he was going to declare a state of emergency, a.k.a. martial law, in Alachua County, Florida.
Wow.
So if you look it up, Florida, specifically Alachua County, is under a state of emergency.
For what?
For the Dick guy.
Wait, Dick has got you in a state of emergency?
Dick has got us in a state of emergency.
Wow.
Wrap your head around that one.
God, I wish my dick was that important.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, honey. My wife's so disturbed right now, I think.
Hold on. I'm processing information.
All right, so and the reason for Skeletor, Rick Scott, putting us under a state of emergency is because we needed more resources than the $500,000 that was already allocated for this, supposedly to protect us from this malevolent talk that's going down at UF, where some guy's going to espouse some Nazi rhetoric bullshit, and Antifa and the other supposed activists are going to stand up and say no. So they have the entire city on lockdown. They are now bringing in troops. What do they call those troops? The National Guard. They're bringing in National Guard troops, all for this event on Thursday. And here I am, on the ground here. This is my backyard. I'm trying to figure out what's going to go down. And my sneaking suspicion is there's no way that they're going to spend this much attention, this much resources and everything without having some sort of agent provocateur who's probably a Fed stir the pot and get the shit going. There's no way.
Oh, man. That's terrible. I hope nothing bad happens, because that...
Well, it's what we see with all this stuff. I mean, Bob's talking about agent provocateurs and people coming in and causing issue. I mean, let's look at the events in recent history, the events that we're dealing with regularly right now. There's so many different cases of provocateurs or crisis actors, and I hate using that because the "it never happened" crowd has taken that.
It would be super nice as if nobody showed up for that shit.
The problem is, honey, here's the problem. We have what I began as a conspiracy guy about. Bob, you yourself. We all began at some point for conspiracy. And this conspiracy world has allowed or developed these classes of just a complete unacceptable weirdness. And I know conspiracy is weirdness and unacceptable to begin with. So when you start adding ridiculousness to it, it gets it muddies the water. Bob, would you agree with the muddying of the water?
Sure, and I think some of the time that's by design. I mean, we have some of these outlandish ideas, or they create these holes, And this is all to create confusion, to create multiple different things that perhaps later on they can come and Snopes it. You know, let's set up some outlandish bullshit so that way we can discredit the rest and have our cronies at Snopes do it.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to have the guy that's got his strippers and his prostitutes. He's got to make money to pay them. So we got to have Snopes have some access.
Does
to
Harvey
what's going
Weinstein
on.
run Snopes?
Well, hey, listen. I want to listen. I don't want to get too deep into Harvey Weinstein, but I do want to address this.
I bet
because,
you don't.
Well, Bob, you're right there, brother. But listen, let's discuss this because this is something you've rallied on for a while, and it's kind of funny.
The Jews?
No,
Hollywood?
well, the Jews, Hollywood, and pedophiles. I mean, these are all people you like to hang around with, or at least associate yourself around, or at least try to
that, but,
try to put
okay,
out,
yeah.
try to say they're not real or whatever. But listen, we have what's his name? What's our boy actor from our age?
What?
You know who I'm talking. Bob, who am I talking about?
Doogie Hazard.
No, not Doogie. The other one, the one of the fucking people that you'll find in the
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, Feldman. You have Corey Feldman. You have Hayne Feldman. Hayne Feldman's dead. Corey Feldman has come out talking about the pedophiles within Hollywood. This is not new discussion. This is
Yeah, but this Weinstein discussion it's not one of pedophilia.
It's distraction, though. I personally think it's a distraction. I personally think it's to take away from the pedophilia of Hollywood.
It's no different than talking about Bill Clinton's discretions with Monica Lewinsky. You know, you got a guy who committed adultery with a grown woman. But what about the fact that we have not only pedophile rings, but I'm talking satanic, disgusting, scum of the earth situations where, you know, sometimes when you talk about pedophiles, you talk about liking younger girls or boys.
Well, somebody who's a pedophile could be classified if you're 22 years old and you like a 16 or 17-year-old girl.
Right,
You're a pedophile.
But even like a 60-year-old guy with like a 12-year-old girl. Okay, so that's
wow, Bob. That's really
apparently disgusting, right? So that's
really tough, buddy.
Yeah, not apparently. It just is. That's just.
I mean, if you would have said a 6-year-old guy and a 20-year-old girl, I could have went, okay, yeah.
No. Hold on.
All right, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Bear with me here.
I'll bear with
you. So
you.
you got a 60 guy with a 12-year-old
bring this
girl,
around
and
now.
that's objectively is the right word. Objectively disgusting. Okay, but these pedophile rings, these satanic pedophile rings, are not just 60-year-olds with 12-year-olds. I'm talking infants being sexually abused to the point of suffocation. And I'm sorry, that's tough to listen to. And I know we like to have a lot of fucking fun on this show, and I do too. But that's the level of severity that these fucking pedophile satanic scumbags participate in. So wrap your fucking head around that one next time you're worried about Harvey Weinstein exploiting some bimbo for a blowjob to get a part in a movie.
Who wanted to be exploited to get that part because that's where she wanted to be.
They weren't saying anything before.
Right.
I'm not
They were saying it after.
that kind of behavior, but it is, to me, irrelevant at this point. And
you got your celebrity status. Now you want to get your money on the backside from fucking
not
this
even
guy.
money, but just they want to garner
Or maybe
and,
maybe he went against the global elite, and that's why they're going.
I don't know.
You.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why this has surfaced, because at the end of the day, 2 years ago, I was out to dinner, and I'm not just trying to name drop here, but I was out to dinner with a former A-list actress. Okay. Sean Young. She was in Blade Runner. She was in Ace Ventura, Dune. She was a big shot at one point. Sean Young. And her and I were having dinner, and we were talking about conspiracies. We were talking about, this and that. And she brought up how Hollywood blacklisted her. And the reason why Hollywood blacklisted her, according to what she told me, was pretty much having to do with one person and it wasn't Harvey Weinstein, but it was someone who was probably akin to Harvey Weinstein, who was Steven Spielberg.
This is coming from a Jew himself. I mean, let's keep in mind, Bob's a Jew. Not to make
Well,
that derogatory.
I mean, difference.
I come from a Jewish family.
Okay,
you know, let's not go that far. But so she's telling me that she had a meeting with Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg basically said, "Hey, you're gonna fucking blow me, or you're not gonna get at this part." And she turned around and she said, "Fuck you." And she was blacklisted from that point on.
Wow.
And this is somebody who at one point was at a certain level of fame where, you know, again, she was an A-lister, you know. So so she told me about this story, and in hindsight, I wonder what she didn't tell me, right? Because that seems pretty, you know, stereotypical and light. You know, it seems like, oh yeah, a guy who's very powerful exploiting a woman for sex to get a role. You know, that seems like, tell me.
That makes sense. I mean, we've heard of that before.
Goes on?
Yeah, that could. I mean, I could see that going on. I wouldn't be overly surprised at that. You know, I mean, being 40-year-old men, which we both are, we know in the 80s life was a little difficult for women. And they fought through it, and they figure out how to make it happen. And there were very successful women that came out of the 80s, even though they had to deal with guys that wanted to plop their cock on a desk.
Yeah, so I guess my point in bringing her telling me that is that it's no big secret. And it's just kind of funny timing how they're just exploiting these stories to go after this Weinstein guy.
What are they covering up, though, Bob?
I don't know.
What are they trying to
covering
keep?
up anything. It just might be time for some release valve. It's kind of just like maybe a release valve to.
See, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Bob. I don't buy it. I don't buy any of this story. I don't buy this guy's molestation over the years. It falls on the ground right now as Vegas is happening, as all these different events are happening around our society and our world. I don't buy it, man.
They stopped talking about Vegas.
Yeah, notice that. The key witness that allegedly stopped the shooting, which we learned didn't stop the shooting, has now disappeared. That's kind of hinky, in my own opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's just these are the distractions, and unfortunately, I think, in my personal opinion, Bob, too many people are waking up and seeing reality, seeing what's going on.
Well, you know, back to Drew Garabo. Okay.
Do we have to? Well, okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Why do you dislike him?
I
He's
know.
a very nice young man.
You know, I used to like Drew Garabo a lot, and
For personal reasons,
I
really.
fucked Drew. Yeah.
Why?
He's Team Bubba, and there was some stuff.
Yeah,
that
I'm a
went
Bubba.
down.
I remember I'm Bubba Army,
He's
and
all uppity about it.
Drew just fucked.
And yeah, I saw the video, and yeah, it's disappointing, but
I don't even know if he saw
I
it.
want to hear about this. Tell me, I love hearing this.
Oh, you didn't hear about this? Yeah, Radio War Drama. Radio War Drama 101 for Bob Tuscan, real fast. Let's bring up the speed. Obviously, you didn't see this or hear this. I guess Drew Garabo showed up at one of Rob
Garaba's? Is he an Italian restaurant?
I know.
now?
He keeps saying Garaba. It's Garabo.
Whatever his fucking name is.
Okay.
He showed up at Rob Gargiulo's. You know,
Who's
Rob.
that? That's the
producer.
That's the producer
from
guy.
Bubba. Bubba's producer.
Formerly of
Cowhead. Yes.
Okay, I see. I know my stuff. All right.
He showed up at Rob, Drew showed up at Rob's comedy show because Rob's a stand-up comedian.
All right.
And he heckled him for 10 minutes. They have video at the end of the heckling saying, you know, he walked up to him. He's like,
Is this on
"What?"
YouTube?
If it's not on YouTube, I can send you a Bubba link. It's probably on Bubba somewhere. If you go to Bubba's web pages and stuff like that, you'll find it. He heckled Rob during his comedy show for 9 minutes. And then Rob confronted him after the comedy show and said, "Why are you being such a dick?" And Drew returned Don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. Why are you being such a pussy? Don't be such a pussy. You're being a pussy. And Rob said, why am I being a pussy? He said, you're working for a guy that made parody songs about the death of your child. Now, Bubba never once made a parody song about Rob's child's death. Now, I don't know if... Do you know that story?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how it happened. You know what happened there, and you know...
Yeah, his ex got... The kid ran over?
Yeah, she was walking across the street in a no crosswalk zone, got hit by a car. Their child together died. His son from another marriage was with her, did not die.
Oh, the son was from another marriage?
Yes, yeah, his son was from another marriage. So, as
It's young to have so many marriages and kids.
Well, listen, I'm 40, and I'm on my second marriage. I've got a 20-something-year-old kid. I mean, you really want to put that out there, Bob? Come on.
I mean, you're a grandpa.
Really, Bob? Come on now.
Where's this video of Drew heckling this? I would love to see this.
I will get it to you. I'll send you a copy of the link of it.
So, but I mean,
Would you do that? Would you do that? Is the question.
Would I heckle some guy that I didn't like doing a comedy show?
Right.
Yeah.
Would you involve his dead child and say that this guy did something
he did that
he
after
didn't
the show. He did
No,
that
but
after the show.
he didn't. Like, he did it. There was some sort of Bubba throwing the dead kid in the guy's face at some point.
He did, yeah, and Bubba admitted that. He did.
So Drew got his...
But he
facts
never
little
made a
mixed up
parody
on
song
that.
about it.
All right, well, parody or, he got it. I'm not trying to take the guy's defense, but I don't know.
And I know, and you got your own things you got to deal with.
No, I don't care. It's not the worst thing in the world. They don't like each other, so they had at it. So,
well, when you steal sex tapes and sell them, I mean, and you're part of that group
well,
that's
Drew,
doing that.
he's not involved with that.
Well, Cowhead obviously sold the sex tape,
right?
And Garabo's covering up for Cowhead. So I mean,
I don't know that they're covering up.
Yeah, I think all of Cox Media
anything to do with it.
I think all of Cox Media is covering it.
Every single person in Cox Media. Now that's a conspiracy theory.
I think Cox Media is going to have a big fucking cock up their ass soon.
They should go to the Dick Sphincter talk and cover it with, Cox should really cover Dick Sphincter's talk at the University of Florida.
Wow. It's a lot that it's a lot, my friend. I mean, you think about it all. You think about all this conspiracy, and this is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy of a conspiracy, and it makes everything we pay attention to become more shit. Look at the Vegas shooting.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to make this radio war thing important?
Yeah, it is important.
Okay.
Wait. He just
I went from radio war to
compared the radio war to the Vegas shooting false flag. Look at this Vegas shooting. It's extremely like Hulk Hogan fucking my wife in the taping league.
Oh God!
But here's the thing. There's some kind of control and organization going on there. There's some kind of control and organization going over here.
You're not about to do a side-by-side comparison at all. I'm not having it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, look at Building 7, for instance. Okay, it fell down in free fall speed. Hulk Hogan's erection, once he got done with what he was doing, went down in free fall speed. Same thing.
I've brought Angry Bird towers down that have collapsed faster than 9/11 towers did.
I mean, look at Bubba's career. I mean, it's been completely infiltrated by feds, just like the Mossad infiltrated the United States government to orchestrate 9/11.
I saw
Same
people
thing.
dancing on a bridge when Bubba's career collapsed. I saw them. The Israelis were dancing on a bridge just as Bubba's career collapsed. I saw that myself.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's the same exact thing. Every day they spray chemtrails in the air like competing radio stations spray disinformation in the airwaves against Bubba. It's the same thing.
And it's actually the truth we're talking about, guys. We're not being hyperbole here. This is actually the truth. There are chemtrails over you every day that are directing your mind. Get over it. Get used to it.
Bubba had a honeypot come in, this Nikki gal, his ex-girlfriend. You know, she was all sexy.
And she was kind of crazy, but okay. I met her, so I know.
And next thing you know, she's exposing him.
It's all weird. It's just crazy the way it goes down. Lexi's like got her face in the microphone, like, oh my God.
I mean, I honestly think that B-Fud was no different than Chertoff was to the TSA and Homeland Security.
I think they probably have the same IQ level, would be my evaluation of that. Yes, I think Chertoff and B-Fud have the exact same IQ level of 62, and that's what runs our government, is the average 62.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, Bob, have you dug out yet, man? Are you out of, are you out of danger? I mean, I know it's been a month and a half, 2 months since the hurricane, but I know you had a lot of shit going on, brother.
I'm pretty sure that I'm dug out. I'm a little concerned about Cowhead sending one of his minions at any given time.
Hey, you better be careful. They still let you call that station, as of now.
They let me? I let them let me call them.
It's a privilege to have him on air. What are you talking about?
Oh, Bob, I love you. You know I love you, Bob.
It's my favorite when I hear him call in, though. It gets interesting, at least.
I gotta tell you, as ignorant as they are with some things, and I guess the reason why I was bringing him up again was because he started off his show talking about the Vegas conspiracy. And, I mean, even he, who was somebody who Snopes things, he actively Snopes something on the air, and I was rolling my eyes. And, he's actively propagating bullshit on the radio many times. But even he was like, maybe there's something going on here with this Vegas thing. He was distrustful of the fact that it's gone away already, and that, something like Harvey Weinstein or whatever else is going on has taken the attention span. But, I think that for whatever reason, they allow for me to do my rants and my spiels, and they always treat me really well for some strange reason. Like, I don't get it.
They're always pretty nice to you, I've noticed.
Yeah, they've always been good to you. And, Bubba kind of treats you like a
and he treats me like shit, yeah. So, not that I'm taking sides, but from a content contribution perspective, I'm far more welcomed, and I get far more done as an activist going on the airwaves with them for some strange reason. I don't know why, but that's just the truth. So,
it's the way it works out sometimes, and even though they treat you like shit over at Bubba's side, that's Bubba. And if you're a Bubba listener, that's what he's going to do. He's going to treat you like shit. He's going to bounce
you could say the same thing about In Your Face with Drew.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, he generally is not nice to people.
Yeah, well. And he's not. And I hear him 3 calls.
But his
in a
show
row.
is not In Your Face anymore. His show is something else.
Yeah, there's got to be times when you're waiting on the line and you're just hearing him rip into people, and you're like, "Ooh, maybe today's not a good day for this."
I've had those calls.
He'll rip into a million conspiracy theorists, and then he'll take my call, and it's all good. So I don't fucking.
Pretty cool.
I don't know why. Who's coming on next on the First 52?
Well, tonight we got we're gonna get with some of the guys from Disruption Networks, Ease Beats and Biz, and Anthony Donaldson.
What is the person's name?
I didn't.
Ease Beats and Biz. That's one of the shows that are on after us on the other one of the other stations I'm on. They kind of do like old school hip hop. They do like.
So does Drew Garabo.
They think a lot like us. He doesn't do good old school hip hop, but I know what you're saying. They kind of do like
just a hater.
They kind of really cut. Well, no, I loved Drew Garabo.
No, you
I
didn't.
no,
You
I
never
did.
loved
I
Drew
called.
Garabo.
I used to call Drew's show all the time.
Uh-huh.
I used to call his show all the time. I sent him my personal phone number. I said, "Hey, Drew, you want to?" This is back when I was working with Burke.
Did?
Yeah, back when I was working with Burke. When I worked with Shannon Burke.
Whoa, stalker.
Rob, not Rob. Bob Tuscan here remembers when I worked with Shannon Burke because he called Shannon Burke a bunch of times.
They don't like Shannon.
No, they don't. That's because they used him.
Out with Kevin, I think.
I don't like Shannon either.
No, Lexi doesn't like Shannon for different
He's
reasons.
a nice guy.
Lexi
No, it
doesn't
doesn't seem like it.
He's not.
That's another guy I would call in who was always a fucking dick for no reason.
Yeah, and he's like that in person. I mean,
Lexi's met Burke. I mean, she's hung out at his house.
But
with us.
his co-host and him had a falling out, it seems.
Who,
Kevin.
Kevin, no, Kevin's very sick. Kevin was very. I don't know where he is now.
No, he got a kidney.
Did he? Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Because
Yeah,
Kevin's
he's
a
doing
nice guy. I've met him
he's
multiple
all
times.
squared away now.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy. And even Burke. I mean, Lexi, I know you don't like Burke, but Burke and I had our own relationship. You know, we had an agreement.
Strictly platonic, I'm sure.
And I don't know if you realize, but his co-host, his new female co-host up there in Atlanta, they've been tagging me. And they're
Why would I
trying
realize
to,
that?
They're trying to get me to bite up in there, and I don't know what I should do.
No, he's savage and backwards, and I'd rather you didn't work with him, to be honest.
I know. Well,
I mean,
and I
why
don't,
not?
you know, when you guys did have a falling out, the stuff that he was saying in private forums, expecting it not to get back to us, I mean, it incorporated me as well, and I didn't appreciate it. I mean, he was accusing us of essentially being the type of people that would allow our own child to just die off because we have no respect for science and the medical industry, which is completely bullshit. And now here there is a whole stream of people that are like, these idiots are just going to let their kid die from cancer. Our kid doesn't have cancer. None of that makes any sense. It's just ridiculous and pointless. And why would you want to be associated with any of that nonsense?
Yeah, Sean.
God.
Yeah, Sean.
He didn't even listen. What did I just say?
I don't know what.
Yeah, Sean. He sounds
Look
like
at him blank stare on his face.
You're supposed to be supporting me, not burying me.
Absolutely clueless as to what I just said.
Shannon
I wasn't
sounds like a
burying you. I
regular
was
old
talking
Drew
about
Garabo to
Shannon.
me. Going after somebody's kid.
I was trying to book the next guest. We're having Skype issues. I was trying to work with the next guest on what we were going to do, and you're going to call me out in the middle of that? Come on.
Okay.
Really?
How could you?
How convenient.
Bob, I'll coach you.
How could you?
Oh, Bob.
So listen. So
Yeah, let her go. Do this.
while we have Bob here. So you were saying Sean's saying he's all for capital punishment. I am not, especially not in a school setting. And I came across a story today, and earlier
we
in
know
the show
Bob's
we were
not
talking
capital
about
punishment guy, and we've already determined that.
Wait, what is capital? We're talking about the death
On
penalty?
no, we're talking about in disciplining your child.
That's capital punishment? I thought that's corporal.
No, all capital punishment is spanking your child. Allowing a school to spank your child is allowing capital punishment.
Oh, that's not the term. Capital punishment. Hold on.
That's what I always thought it was.
he's going to internet it.
No, capital punishment refers to the death penalty. Corporal punishment, I think is how you pronounce it. Corporal.
Well, you let me know. I'll go with what you say.
Corporal punishment refers to physical punishment such as spanking.
Right.
Capital punishment, corporal punishment. So let's get the
Corporal
grammar
punishment.
right here.
All right.
Well, so I always thought it was capital punishment if you let them pay your
penalty,
kid.
you schmuck.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So anyway,
That's
a
what you comes out of. You schmuck.
so Sean's saying he's all
kids in schools
for
now,
what I'm about to discuss here. I'm completely against this whole scenario. And I know that you guys are doing like a homeschooling thing. Right now Mikey's in a public school.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this video of a 8-year-old boy that apparently suffers from some behavioral problems. He's in some classes that are designed specifically for children that,
Right.
like ADHD, things like that.
Go ahead, yeah.
So I guess he was lashing out in class. They called in the resource officer, and the resource officer proceeds to pull his arms behind his back and cuff him above his elbows. And has this kid sitting there screaming in pain, crying, saying, "Please help, this hurts, please take these off."
Aww.
And this officer declares that in many situations such as these, that it's best to just go ahead and restrain them this way to prevent them from hurting themselves and others. Which leads me to believe that this has happened on more than 1, 2, or 3 occasions. So I continue on to do a little more research, and in that very same school, there was a 9-year-old girl that was treated in the exact same way, who also suffers from undisclosed behavioral problems. So then I think, okay, well, I'm going to take this one step further. How often is this shit going on? And and you know that thousands of results come up. But I'm just looking up children being handcuffed in elementary schools, and I get 670,000 results. That scares the shit out of me. Why would that be going on? And how is that okay? Why would you think that would be okay to restrain a child that way?
I don't think it's okay at all, honestly. In that situation, and as I commented...
That's exactly what I sent to you, and you said I'd be okay with it, but Bob wouldn't.
Well, no.
I don't think anybody should be okay with it. I want to go to Kentucky right now and go punch a resource officer.
I know. I told your father, I posted in your father's post of the same video, I said, you would be a widow, because I would not stand for that.
I'm very upset about it, and I just want to make sure that that does not happen to our son, because that would be a very ugly situation. I mean, not okay. But, I mean, how do you put things in
You don't.
Why do we have that?
Why do we have law enforcement officers in schools to begin with?
Well, there's one at Mikey's school.
We did. I am 42
with
years
elementary
old.
school kids.
I am 42 years
to
old,
me.
and we saw cops very rarely in our school. In high school, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about elementary.
But when did this start? Because we
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
them in our elementary
You're 32.
school.
You tell me when you saw
We
it.
have them in our high school.
Bob,
but
how old are you? Did you see cops in your school?
I dropped out of high school. In elementary school, I don't remember cops.
Me neither. Neither do I remember them in middle school. I do recall having them in high school. But I was in a magnet school in downtown Jacksonville.
Officers.
That's a little different. I don't get this at all.
Oh, Anthony's calling me.
But apparently, that's kind of common practice at this point.
Schools look like prisons, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they
you
do.
went through that too, honey.
With the barred windows, and
Yeah.
they're gated up everywhere, and Mikey's elementary school's like that. And once school's in session, they have that thing totally on
fucking
lockdown.
love Skype. Skype has got us so screwed up, Bob. Just so you know, I'm just trying to bring you up in the folds of what's going on here in the background. Skype has collapsed nationwide.
Is it still down? Because I can record a podcast.
Yeah, no, it's still down. So if you might want to do the. I've got you on Facebook. I don't usually use Facebook calling. Anthony, my buddy here, is calling me here. I'm gonna answer it here. I'm gonna put it on speaker just so we can. Z, what's up, my friend? I got you on speaker because Skype sucks big monkey nuts. What's up, Ease One? I'm going to try to dial you guys up. I've got you on my cell phone right now. I'm going to try to dial you up on one of my computers here on a Facebook feed. I've got another guest right now on Facebook Live. So just sit tight and pay attention to either Z's or your Facebook feed, and I'm going to dial you up on that way, okay? Yeah, because I want to promote your guys' show. It's just, unfortunately, you know, I know I'm a conspiracy guy here, but for some reason, Skype is just not cooperating with us tonight.
Probably Drew Garabo's fault.
It's got to be Garabo's fault. He had to talk all that smack.
Yeah, sit tight. Let me try to dial you up
Cox
here on
Radio's
another
got him
computer.
Dialed in.
You can't hear the other noise going on in the background, so sit tight, brother. Give me a minute. I'm going to try to tell either you or Z, keep your Facebook Live going up, and I'm going to dial you on there. Okay. All right, great. See, that was... throw that on the floor there. If you guys are watching... I know people are watching, actually. It's kind of scary. Let me get these guys dialed up here. Bob, any last words? Any last thoughts?
Yes, I believe capital punishment at schools is unnecessary.
You're going to make fun of us now?
Beat that child. God damn it, where's the whip?
They are giving children the death penalty at a school seems... absolutely horrible. Corporal punishment, on the other hand, is not good either.
I concur.
So you're not okay with the paddle?
No, corporal punishment with the paddle and that kind of thing is not good. But I'm really against capital punishment.
What about a yardstick across the knuckles?
What if I tied your penis in a knot and pulled it really hard?
Nobody's okay with that, Sean.
Okay. This is what's checking.
On any level ever.
I was just seeing where we ended the line.
Under
of what
really
was okay.
any circumstances.
I mean, I don't really want to tie your penis in a knot, but
You're sick.
I mean, well, let's discuss it if we need to.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
He's going to have to go to one of those urgent care clinics now.
I got to get that rod removed from my penis after I stuck it in there. And...
Ew.
Oh wait, no, we weren't discussing that, were we? I'm sorry.
Ugh. All right, Bob. Well, thank you for calling, and we love you and wish you well. I'm very sorry.
Thanks. Is there anything else you want to plug tonight, Sean?
No. Is there anything you want to plug tonight, Bob?
No,
you're doing you're doing a podcast tonight. What are you doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I was trying to promote it, but okay. Fuck you then.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I don't want to say now.
I'm not talking about that. It's Drew Garabo.
No.
Oh, Bob. You know I love you, brother.
It's actually, okay, I'll tell you what it is. All right, I'm coming out with a new series. It's kind of like... it's
like pulling staples out of my balls.
What's that?
Bob was talking. Quiet.
I said it's like pulling staples out of my balls.
No, he's saying what it was. Be quiet.
Yeah, so you guys heard about that wildly popular podcast series that they did from NPR about the murderer? It's like, what was that called? Serial, where they followed this murder case and they tried to exonerate the guy who was in prison for it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so my new podcast series is going to be trying to exonerate Todd Clem from all of the stuff that's going on against him. So it's going to be an investigative series all about Todd Clem and the conspiracy against him.
Could you imagine if all those conspiracies really came to fact? I mean, let's be honest. That would be amazing.
Bob's somebody you need more time to talk
I
to
love Bob.
and hang out with.
You actually have to walk his house, take the tour of his property after he gets the trees out of the way so you can get down the driveway. Oh, you did that already, right?
Next time we need a weekend in Jenny Springs.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, Jenny's much...
No, Bob and his wife, beautiful wife you have, and your son, got to bring them down here. We're going to go out on the boat. We'll do a little camping in our area. We'll take them to our world.
Let's hang
come
out.
on, what the fuck?
You know, I would love to bring my son down, but I'm afraid you might try to put him in handcuffs the second he gets on the line.
No.
We didn't even get in that story.
I am not about that.
No, we would not handcuff your child.
Against my son doesn't work. You might try to murder him, give him the death penalty.
Oh, you know, if he steps out of line,
punishment.
If he steps out of line too much, Bob, that might be what has to happen. I don't know what to tell you.
Capital punishment going on in our schools today. It's really
All right, Bob Tuscan. Bob Tuscan, where can we find your podcast, your new podcast you're getting ready to launch here? Where can people find it?
I appreciate that. Pornhub.com. You'll find
No, we're not talking about our videos. We're talking about your podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bubba Raw.
You're so
Or
cool.
you can find me at Cox Media. That's spelled COCKS.
You like Cox? What?
Cox Media.
Oh, I'm sorry. You like Cox in your media?
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you for having me on tonight. It's been
Of course.
Bob, we love you. Dr. Bob Tuscan. You can only find him here on the Raz Radio and probably 500 other places. But
there you go.
I love the guy. He's my friend. He's my buddy. We do this because that's what we
my
can
buddy,
do.
My pal.
Hanging up. Bye.
Good night, brother. Peace out.
Oh my God, he's so annoyed.
He is annoyed. I love when I annoy guests enough that they hang up. Now listen, Ease Beats and Biz.
You love that?
I love annoying my friends. You know I love annoying.
It's gonna be a while before we get to talk to him.
Honey, how long have we been together? 12 years? 10 years now? 10 years now?
Fucking no, it's been a long.
It's been a long time. I'm annoying. That's what I do. I like to annoy people. Let me do this. Dial 1 here. Dial. Let's see if it works. No, it did not work. Skype is still fucked up. I hate. That's so frustrating. Oh, let me try this one. Talk for a minute, honey.
Okay. Well,
Oh, that's really not a lot of talking.
right now I'm kind of focusing on what I have to do after the show. I'm being perfectly honest. Got to make dinner, fold laundry. You know,
That's what we
sleep
have to
and
do after
whatnot.
work.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to
I don't see
dial up.
anything happening up there.
You can't see what I'm doing because I do shit secretly.
Okay. Good for you. Crickets.
I'm thinking. You got to help me think here for a minute.
You've got like 10 minutes left to figure this out.
I've got less than 10 minutes to figure this out because following us is Ease Beats and Biz, which is who I'm trying to dial up, which is who I've been trying to promote.
Why is it taking so long? Like, same thing with Bob. Like, what is the problem?
Because Skype is
Don't
down.
use your other hand to try to figure it out. Focus on getting your person up.
I have two hands.
You're not using either
I'm
one
Italian.
of those to do what you need
I'm
to do.
Italian. One of them's
Stop
going to talk to you.
talking.
One of them's going to handle the
Stop
mic.
talking, because obviously you need your hands to do what you're doing. I don't even know what the fuck you're doing, basically.
Why are you asking me things like that?
What?
Why are you asking me things like that?
I'm not asking you anything. I'm explaining to you why talking isn't helpful to you right now.
Well,
don't look at me. Look
trying.
at what you're trying to do. Put your hands down. Good grief,
Did you
Charlie
hear that
Brown.
dialing? That's me trying to connect to something. Trying to promote the show after us. I was trying to bring some funny guys, some good guys on to promote the show after us. It's really difficult when shit doesn't want to work. Skype is down nationwide. That's why we weren't getting calls tonight. That's why we're having difficulties with Bob. Skype is down in general. So now we're trying to use alternative means to connect with these people that we're supposed to be talking to.
You people.
And it's hard when I'm trying to talk to you.
Don't.
When I'm trying to talk to you and trying to figure out which monitor I need to look at to dial things up to make it happen.
It also takes both hands for you to talk, apparently.
Well, I'm Italian. You just figured that out. How long have we been together again?
How convenient.
Hold on, Gabe. Let me try calling Gabe. Talk
Gabriel.
about something.
Gabe.
Oh,
Oh.
we're going to answer here.
Well,
We may
in the
actually
stadium.
we might actually have some Anthony. Anthony, are you there, my friend?
What's happening over there?
What's going on, brother? Jesus Christ, that was like pulling fucking cocks.
You're pulling cocks?
Why would you know that?
I might have pulled a cock or two.
Like several at a time? I mean, you pluralize
That's
that.
possible. I like cocks.
Okay. Ugh.
I think you got the wrong number, pal.
Who is it? New phone, who this?
Hang up, wrong number, hang up.
Where are you at, pal? Walk into a cockfight? I don't know what we just walked into, but it's pretty weird.
Guys, I'd like to introduce you to my wife. You've never spoke to my wife before. My wife Lexi here. She's sitting off to my left, and
The more important, hello, wifey.
Hello, wife.
Hello.
Hi, wife.
Hi.
What's it like being married to the one and only Sean Raspatello? What does it
Listen.
feel like? Is it a warm sensation every night when you go to bed knowing that he's right there but laying by
oh,
your
it's one
side?
sensation, my friend. Trust me.
Well, he definitely likes to speak for me, as you can tell. But we only have 10 minutes, so there's definitely not enough time to go over that. You know, so I can't think of one word to describe that. Mess.
That mess.
One word. That is the one word.
It's just a mess, my friends. I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
man.
What was the first dance? What was the song you guys first danced to at your wedding?
At our wedding or at the first song we danced to?
At your wedding, actually.
Yeah,
What was
because,
the
I mean, there was cocktail hour, and there were, like, songs playing then before we...
I was thinking more like our first date dance, but okay.
Yeah. I don't want to say, because you guys will have way too much fun
No,
with
she's
that.
just fucking with me because I can't remember.
Oh, that's so great. No, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of comical now, and I don't even want to say.
Oh, go ahead. Go tell them, honey. Tell them. It's okay.
Well, let's just say that it was done by Rascal Flatts and leave it at that. I don't want to say it.
What, did you just do a big rail of coke there?
And hey, listen, that was a hint. If you can't figure it out from there, then I don't know
I
what
can't
to tell
figure it
you.
out from there.
Oh my god!
That would be my wish. That's the biggest
Sean was
wedding.
completely wasted our wedding night. I found him back behind the building that we got married at, just sitting on the ground with a glass of whiskey, like, "Oh hey, honey."
A glass of scotch.
Scotch.
Let's get it right.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
scotch
oh, hey,
whiskey,
honey.
so.
I'm like, "Hey, what you doing, sitting in the grass in your tux right now while there's a wedding in there?" Oh, I don't know.
2 days for my wedding.
Oh, my goodness. So part of what I wanted to bring you guys on for tonight is to, obviously, you know, we work together. Raz Radio, the D, has kind of mended to make a great union of just chaotic information that flows from the mouths of stupid people. And, you know, I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of...
Yeah.
That's a good description, isn't it? So anyway, I just wanted to grab you guys' attention and promote, obviously, Ease Beats and Biz. I don't get it very right often, but...
Ever. Ever.
Ease Beats and Biz, right after the first 52, here on Raz Radio and Disruption Network. Just, you guys should flow, you just do your thing. It's
Wait,
like
is that right? That's all I want
Ease
to know.
Beats and Biz. That's
Yes.
Yes.
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. I have a bell. Where is it?
right. Oh, I got the bell over here.
Good job.
I got
Sean Raz 1, Ease Beats and Biz 0.
I don't get it right very often. Don't give me too much credit. Trust me.
It's a big deal, you guys.
But these guys follow us on Tuesdays. They're if you're an old school guy, if you like hip hop, like true hip hop. If you want to get into the old school, you want to have a flashback of '94. These are the guys you want to listen to.
We're going back to 94 tonight.
Raz, like I always say, it's the best hip hop show since Yo MTV Raps.
That's Z, honey. That's Z right. Z, I think I got you guys. Unfortunately, I think I have you through a camera speaker and not your microphones.
That's okay.
But it's still good anyway. I still love it.
He just thought he'd point that out.
I love Z. See, honey, you haven't sat in with Z and the boys here yet, and Z is my age. He's literally like we're like a month and a half apart, I think.
Actually, we all are the same age in this room right now. Actually, we are all the same age.
But I love you, Z. But I love you. I'm talking about you right now, Z.
Specifically you.
I'm talking about you right now.
Hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable.
This guy here, he is the epitome of me if I was totally
he talks
different.
about you all the time.
I do.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't. That would be weird.
I love Z. I love Z. His show.
Oh my God.
His show.
Have some more vodka.
I might when we're done here. He's my boy. He is totally my boy. He knows a lot of people I know. He knows.
You know what I should send them that they would totally love?
What?
Is that video from high school where you and your friends danced to OPP.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was 1992, and we had it was a what the hell was that?
4 white boys trying to stay gangster.
Yeah, that's what it was. But it was like a career day, and one of the career days was video editing. And what they did is they allowed us to get up on stage and do a dance, and they did like the video editing to this dance. And it
you
was
don't
all,
even know how
I
good
have it all
is.
on VHS,
It's
and
so good.
It is OPP, and it is us fucking wigger dancing.
It's so good. It's like the highlight of my life.
That's one of those white privilege words now.
What, wigger dancing?
I've heard this is like the
90s.
I've never heard that before. Yeah, I've never heard this is the 90s. Something new. Is this a Florida thing? No.
I feel like Raz is still stuck in the 90s. He's like me.
I would agree.
A little, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should still be in the 90s. Why can't we live life like that? Why can't we just have fun?
Let it go, honey. Let it go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we had Breakfast Club. That was in the 80s, but we had the Breakfast Club.
It's
we had
okay.
like all this relaxation. You know, how'd you deal with problems in life? You faced them. You just fucking faced it. You know, you went into them. You dealt with it.
Is that associated with just the 90s?
No, but now we have to run this circle gamut of fucking offending people, and oh my God, I can't get my problem handled because I'm offending this person. Fuck you. Just this is our problem. Let's deal with it. Why can't we just deal with our problem?
Compromise, baby, compromise.
No, don't compromise. Just fucking deal with the problem. You don't like me calling you a pussy? Then shut up. I mean, what the fuck?
What the hell?
And today's episode is brought to you by Grey Goose.
Tito's, my friend, Tito's. With
Tito's.
In Wiggers.
Tito's and Wiggers, my friend. Tito's and Wiggers. And you know what? Wiggers is an offensive word, so you've offended me, you've triggered me, and we're having a problem.
You refer to yourself as such.
What, a Wigger?
You don't get to be offended.
I am
now.
a Wigger. I am the epitome of Wigger. I'm the whitest black guy you will ever fucking meet.
I have no idea what you mean by that. That's ridiculous. Stop while you're ahead.
Oh, God. All right, we're getting really late. Ease Beats and Biz comes up here on the Disruption Network in a matter of minutes. You guys got to get your shit together. Why are you talking to me? You should be getting your shit together. You shouldn't be fucking bothering me anymore.
They're not bothering you. You were just talking about how much you love them.
I do love them, but they got to get their shit together. I got to disconnect from that stream because they got to get on that stream. You guys can enjoy some Ease Beats and Biz. If you're old school, if you like good rap, if you like good hip hop, if you like guys that can just kind of have fun, listen to these fuckers because they know what they're doing. Have fun.
God.
Listen to us fuckers.
Wow.
Listen to these old fuckers.
You should really listen to them. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm apologizing a lot for you tonight with your words.
Well, you are my wife. That's your job.
Bad words.
You know, you just
Sorry about
confirmed the reason why I should not go down to Florida and visit you, because I think I'm going to be anally raped by Raz if I do. So.
You might be. I mean, he goes into Chihuahua attack mode sometimes when he drinks. And he does like to air hump grown men. It's very strange. I
Chihuahua
cannot
attack
explain
mode,
it.
really?
That's exactly what it
He
is,
did say
Sean.
nice cocks, right?
He does. Cocks, as in plural.
More than one cock.
Anyways, nice meeting you all.
You too. Sean, thank you for having us on, man. We
Bless
appreciate
you,
the love.
saint of a woman.
I do. I have a saint of a woman. You guys are clear on Disruption Network there. Grab on that. Make sure you grab on Raz. I'll be off in a moment. Ease Beats and Biz. I finally get the words right. These guys are fucking just good guys. If you're white and you like rap, then you should be listening to them. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's just how it goes.
That's exactly it. If you're white and you like rap, yeah.
We are here for the white people. That's why we're here.
White
It's all about the white people. Get the white people right. White power.
All right, I can't listen.
I love you guys.
Thanks, Sean. Peace out.
Peace out, brothers.
Laters.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the First 50 on RazRadioLive.com, Radio Free Blood, Radio Chaos, The D, and all the other places you can find us. Obviously, the video stream is going. I love you. Be safe. Be safe. Be conscious. Be sane. I'm trying to pull up my shit to close out the show, honestly. I forgot to put it up. My wife ran out. It's been a great show. I enjoy you guys. Peace out.
Let's investigate the consequence of a bittersweet loss of sense, a weapon in a war against ourselves. The setting sun is loading guns, don't be afraid of mistakes, emotions misplaced, to love or to hate. I don't know what to do, we're all lost and confused, just trying to get through in this world. Always trying to prove that we're worth what it takes, but it takes a long time in the dirt to see grace. But I'm trying to be real, they tend to be fake, but I'm risking it all with no time to waste. Fuck this rat race, I'm leaving this place. It's time to blast off, destination space. With the sunset hung behind us and the universe to blind us from the moon, we'll watch the whole world explode. Moving free, unguided through the beautiful, the silent, with the light show from a passing UFO. Lost in the glow of the unknown. Please don't go. And I don't know how I got here or how I'm getting home, but right from day one I've been in this alone, with odds stacked against. I've been drowning in stress. They said, can you take more? I said, give me what's left. An old man once told me, Allie, don't ever look back. Keep your eyes on that prize and give them hell to your death. This is a test, just a frequency check for intelligent life. Now it's time to connect. It's an SOS, the data's been sent. So now we just wait and hope for the best. With the sunset hung behind us in the universe to blind us from the moon, we'll watch the whole world explode. Moving free, unguided through the beautiful, the silent, with the light shone from a passing UFO, lost in the glow of the unknown. Please don't go. The sunset hung behind us. In the universe to blind us from the moon, we'll watch the whole world explode. Moving free, unguided through the beautiful, the silent, with the light shone from a passing UFO, lost in the glow of the unknown. Please don't go.
Love you guys so much. Thanks. The First 52's the bomb diggity.
Traps let me out. Thoughts inside my mind, missing inside my brain. People become alive, stuck inside this game. Am I a weak or
Tuesday night we're live. Disruption Network. The T's, Beats, and Biz. Big shout out to Sean Raz and the First 52. We just on his radio show for about 3 minutes talking about cock and wiggers. That wasn't fun.
Or cocky wiggers.
Or cocky wiggers. We got Z in the house tonight. He's hanging out. Yeah, baby. Oh, this is nice you're here, pal.
Yeah, he doesn't get to hang out with us much. So
No, not at all.
It's pretty cool that he's here.
If he is, he's just usually running in.
Running in to tell you hi, guys.
Running in to check out soundboard.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. You're too low. Bye.
You're too loud, more like it.
Yes. Yes, y'all.
So how you doing over there, soundboard?
Man, I'm not too bad, man.
Today was monumental for Mr. Soundboard over here today, actually. He learned what an exclamation point is today.
I didn't hear you say an exclamation point.
6 times.
I had the headphones on. Anyways, you're at the gym. I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi for over at Planet Fitness. So I had the headphones on anyways. I didn't hear him. There was an exclamation point.
So that's a good excuse.
He always has an excuse.
Come on.
He has always good excuse. There's nothing wrong with learning, son.
I can't.
Get hooked on phonics. So you're good.
Hooked on phonics work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me now.
If you guys want to call or text in, 315-505-8433 or 315-505 the D. DJ Business on the 1s and 2s, people.
Yeah, how you doing over there, DJ Business?
I'm okay. I'm a little hurt today, but I'm blacker and sweeter to berry the juice.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
all that shit. Yeah, blacker and the berry and juice. And
You're
shit.
Do you have an ailment?
You're stubborn.
I have an ailment because I was working so fucking hard this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Due to the fact
Both
that
y'all are busy.
does he miss?
I work a whole hell of a lot for my family. I love them. I love them to death. But it was a good weekend. Just a lot of crap. I think I hurt myself really bad for the muscle.
I mean, at your age, you have to take it easy.
Here we go with your age shit. I can outwork both of you motherfuckers.
Absolutely, dude.
Every day, bitch. Any day y'all want to get up in front of... Don't bring JC out this motherfucker. Y'all know about JC. Y'all might know me as DJ Biz, but y'all don't want to know fucking JC.
JC.
Crazy motherfucker. Come around the way.
I know Miles been kicking it this weekend, actually. He's been busy. I seen him Sunday. We got together for the breast walk. Breast walk. Yeah, we were walking for breast.
Yeah, we got together for breast.
We were P's for B's.
We were walking for the tatas.
That's good, man. I like that.
Great yourself, huh? You raised a lot of money for that?
I'm halfway at my goal. I am halfway at my goal. We could do a telethon right now. I'd be like Jerry Lewis. I'm live on my Facebook right now.
Let's do it, bro.
You want to do it?
That means
You want to do it? Because I am taking donations right now. I need to post that link up on the page.
Guys, if you're listening, Z is taking donations for boobies. So
well, let's get it right. We're making strides against breast cancer.
You know how
it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you're supposed to wear pink all this month.
That's cool. I'm going to have to do that.
And because I don't own anything pink, and you got a couple pink bands on right now. But
you know that my sister is going through breast cancer right now, so I support you 100%, brother.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You know, I got bands for you guys too that say "Fight for Sakina."
I got my band right here. I got a pink band right here.
I got one from me to you guys that stands for my family and friends who know my sister Sakina. We love you. We fighting with you, baby.
Exactly.
Every day.
I think we all have somebody going through something type of cancer. I know my cousin's going through breast cancer right now as well. So, you know, I'm just trying to send her love.
That's better.
So people.
So listen, what happened was I don't own anything pink.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Number one, I only think pink looks great on women, of course, and black men.
I'm gonna say because that looks good on men.
No, black men, it looks great. I mean, you guys can rock the pink all day long. To me, wear a pink shirt, you know what I mean? It doesn't work out for me at all.
I think
pink's not really my color.
Fine. Yeah, I get you, but
so I dyed the beard pink. Actually, it turned into more like a watermelon colored pink.
It looks good though, man.
You like it? Coral or something.
You like that, dude?
It's not bad. See, I don't have enough beard to be able to do that, so.
Oh, I think you could grow that pretty quick, pal.
No, believe it or not, this is it. Like, this is the length. Like, I don't trim this.
Really?
This is the length.
Yeah, I'm like that too. It gets a little, right here, I get a little thing, and then it's gone. And then it bothers the hell out of me, because this fill in, I feel like I'm Grizzly Adams' little cousin. I look like Osama Bin Laden's little brother.
Like this shit right now. He's talking about all this up here. This is the only part that I trim. Other than that, all this, nah. This is the length. I got 12-year-old boy jeans right here. This is it. That's as far as it goes.
That's as far as it goes. What about you, East? Can you grow some facial hair?
I can, but I choose not to.
I feel like you've got a lot of pubic hair.
I don't know. I don't grow it. I grow it. It's pretty full right here, but it's all white.
He said pubic hair. You don't grow that either, do you?
I'm all done growing pubic hair.
I got a whole bunch of pubic hair on my chin. That's what this is. That's all it is. Just long pubes. You know?
Basically.
It's
all
okay.
Here it is, anyways.
It's all it is. That's all it is. And this shit's bigger than my dick.
Okay.
It is.
So, I mean, we were wondering. You know what I'm saying? We're wondering, you know.
It's even pink like it, too.
See, pink just like the
dick. This is cool. I'm happy I don't have to, like, control anything right now. But I have to be really close to him because you know something's going to malfunction.
You don't have to control anything, sort of.
I got the game on over here. I'm just keep watching it.
You keep watching it?
Yeah.
So, if you look right on that Facebook Live, there's people watching. Tell them we're having a telethon right now.
We are having a telethon. You want to call in or text us 315-505-8433. That's 315-505. The D. Hit us up. We are out here right now at the D Studios. I am taking donations. I'm taking donations every day for this breast cancer awareness thing that I'm doing. I'm part of the Real Men Wear Pink, and I'm actually honored that they asked me to be a part of this. And we went out to the walk and caught up with Mile. And remember the guy that the karate guy was hitting on my old lady this weekend?
Oh, he's hitting on your lady too. Everybody hits on your lady, huh?
Cliff Crandall was all about her.
He was.
was all about it.
It was a little weird. It was a little weird. I'm like, can you hit on my lady right now?
It's not like you can beat him up.
Right.
He kicked your ass and said, I'm taking her.
Right. He pulled out some Mr. Miyagi shit. I would have been saying,
No. I take a woman home with me. She wash at the floor. She wash the dishes.
My Lord.
But anyways, we were out there making Strides Walk at the Masonic Care on Sunday, doing the thing. I went live on my Facebook there and took a bunch of donations, and people have been chiming in, and it's been amazing. And thank you to everybody out there as I'm live on my Facebook page. Thank you to everybody that has supported and donated and really getting me close to my goal, and I'm halfway there already. So let's do it. $2,500.
You're halfway there.
Halfway there, baby.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Halfway there.
That's it. Dude, that's fucking awesome.
We need more. I'm not stopping, though. Ain't no stopping us now. Can you play that for me?
You know we got it.
Ain't
I'm not playing
no
it.
stopping us
That's in our records session there. We play all the old school stuff at the. Well, I got something for both of y'all tonight that I think I should have pulled out a long time ago.
What? Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh.
I'm curious.
What's going on?
What you got?
I know he'll know it, but we know Soundboard would. The side DJ would not know this shit.
Listen,
Go Soundboard.
You're stubborn. Don't be a stubborn old man today.
I don't give a shit.
He's hurting, man. Give him some slack, though.
No.
He is hurting a little bit. He walked in crippled and shit today.
Yeah, because you want to act like you're cute.
No. Don't give me that shit.
Get the fuck out of here. He dropped one on you.
You can get the fuck out of here.
Dub actually got honored with a pink karate belt this year.
Yeah.
Yes, he did,
Yes,
actually.
I have an honorary pink belt.
Oh, that's dope.
That's super dope, yo.
Yes. I can beat people up now. So I got a pink belt.
What's your favorite shade of pink?
Pussy.
I don't know if I'll say it. It's like, let me ask her.
Inside pink. That's what he likes. The inside pink.
The inside pink?
Inside of the pink. My favorite pink is still like, I gotta say, maybe a little Fiesta color.
Fiesta pink?
Yeah, Fiesta pink.
A little
Southwestern.
Yeah, so it make you look shiny and shit. You black, you look shiny as hell. You like, damn, you look good in that color. You like, damn, Skippy girl. I look like a chocolate milkshake.
Like,
You like strawberry quick, man.
what about insulation pink?
That Pink Panther pink?
Pink Panther pink?
Two pink, the pink, pinky pink? No.
Hot pink? I could see Biz in hot pink.
I got hot pink.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Biz in hot pink.
Yeah, I got hot pink. Yeah, I've had hot pink and jeans and a jean shirt. It's pretty dope. Though.
Let me ask you, wearing a pink shirt, does that get you laid?
Yes, it does.
It does, doesn't it?
I might have to try it.
Girls
I've never
love
got
that,
into pink, but I think it's about time. I'm not getting any younger. I think I might have to try it out. See how it works out. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I got to give a shout out to my son, though, Gabriel. Him and his buddies up at college created this 17-second video. So, you guys, I need you guys to go vote. You have to download the app. You can download the Cheese app. It's spelled CHEEZ. You got to download the app. You got to follow Peter Pappalardo and give the video a like. It's a 17-second video that these guys created.
Okay.
And they got a chance to win up to $5,000.
That's way too many instructions.
Yeah. Well, download Cheese app, follow Peter Pappalardo, and like the video.
Okay.
3 things. Boom, bam, pow.
I will say this. I saw the video. It's great.
Really?
It really is well done. And the kid has a
great.
dream, and he wakes up, and he's getting chased by all these babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let's see if we can put it on.
It's great, actually.
So it's like a little short.
Oh, you got it right. You got to turn it the other way, dude. Oh no, wait, turn it the other. Yeah, no, turn it the other way. Okay, right there. I turn it the other way. All right. I'm showing it. And then he just wakes up for the dream. Yeah, he gets chased by all these pizza babies.
Okay, so it's like a short. Is that what it is? Like a little movie short?
Yeah, it's a short clip, 17 seconds.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's well done. For his first crack at it, he did a great job.
Those guys, they're pretty good. They're all, everybody, you know, they're all into, they're all there for film. My son's there for marketing. He's doing the marketing, and so they're all, being creative and doing shit together.
Yeah.
That's what's so dope.
You did good, kid, because Gabe's a great kid. Both your kids are great kids.
Both great kids.
Gabriel's he's a great kid. He's respectful. He's very humble. He's a good kid. You did a great job raising him.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love my kids. I love both of them, man.
But they're good. They are good kids, even though they came from your fucking genes,
right?
Hey,
and
from his nutsack.
It's dirty nutsack, but no pubes. I got. Here we go. He's got to look at his thing.
See,
what can I point?